Hi, this is Lindy Jean Fleeman. Now, when I say my name, I'm not my name. I'm more than my name. The vibration of a name, though, does matter. That's why there's no such thing as identity theft. When I say my name, Lindy Jean Fleeman, I know my true name. That's the only name I know, because that's the name that people told me when I was kidnapped. Your name is Lindy. Okay, what is your name? My name is Mommy to you. No, I don't want to call you Mommy. What is your name? Your name is Luann? Oh, okay. Should I call you Luann? No, you'll call me Mommy. That's a good example of identity theft. Whoever my real mother is, that is not my real mother, but I had to accept the terms just like she did, on a military level, that Planet of the Apes is real. When you are electrified matter, and you used a monkey to clone with, the monkey is still on the other end. Here's an example. I'm showing you there is a light side and a dark side. In physics, the light side is the light of day and you can see what's happening. The dark side, they're in the dark. They can't see what's happening. They're in another location called a dimension. Professor Lisa Randall knows what a dimension is. She's a dimension expert. Professor Lisa Randall, I emailed her, but like Trump said, and they call him president, but yet he's attached to all my whole body, wireless communication, and although he's in the dark of a shadow, and I am in the light, that's because he attached to the top of my head. Now that yin-yang symbol is real, and that signifies that they reverse engineered my light mind to their dark mind. And you normally see two circles, a dark circle in from the light in the dark side of the light, and that's called reverse engineering a mind to a brain. In physics, I am mind, they are brain. We don't do that in US, but yet it's happened. I'm going to show you what it looks like after it happens. They go to death, but it's a very different kind of death. And I'm very sad to report this as an individual first. And when I became an independent reporter, Reporter Garza should have talked to me after she read my 13-page report, but instead, she allowed me to be harmed. But why did she allow that and not protect a reporter such as myself? When I went over to the Sacramento Bee newspaper to follow up 4 times, they said, Reporter Garza is an independent journalist and she doesn't work in the building, but yet that's the building she was working in when I went there to hand deliver the 13-page report about neurological warfare. You call it neuro warfare in the book, The Neuro Revolution. Now, the Neuro Revolution is based upon neuro warfare. And there is a book called Neuro Tribes, and my paper that I wrote had about 7 references in it, 7 book references, Mind Wars, and on becoming a person. In that book, they said we now have chemotherapy in psychiatry. Chemotherapy means they were going to harm you with radiation, and you can even turn white as a ghost. And that's on a Frankenstein level. You need to know that. And when it goes to that level, that's why Frankenstein came about. And Frankenstein became so disappointed that Frankenstein was cloned. And that's our epidemic. It's a cloning epidemic, and that's the movie Beauty and the Beast. Now I'm at 3 minutes and 38 seconds, and I'm going to show you the sadness that comes about from cloning. Once they clone, what do they do with your remains? What do they really do with your remains if you clone and you want to give your body away to science? We have little artifacts, and they're made of cremation products. And when they cloned with monkey, our founder of US made sure that you did not get to make a product unless you identified exactly in a computerized system that the cloning process is that you have to identify the object that you're cloning. That you're making as a creation. Now this is an artifact. This is called the Art of War, and the top piece that I added on, and a couple of pieces of bamboo onto the chain, are signifying that what you have done, especially in golf, they ruined the golf game. I'm going to show you how. In golf, there's supposed to be only a five-sided golf ball. And let's say this was a golf ball. They made it 6 sides, and I went and spoke publicly to a golf course about it. And I told him that's not the right golf ball. You can only have 5 sides because it was to protect, just like the Pentagon when you ran into it. It was to protect US and our food chain. When a bee makes a beehive, there's 5 sides, not 6. And people don't have 6 fingers. They're born with 5 total. You call it a thumb and a pinky, but this is not about satanic worshiping, is it? Or is it? If you're into satanic worshiping, you're glorifying Frankenstein. Don't forget that. Now, today, I am staying at the American Inn. And if you're brave enough, and this is the area, and the people have been somewhat respectable about why I stay here, and I did tell them why I stay here. And I told them I'm doing a study about neuroscience and brain science, and that I don't appreciate prostitution, that I don't want prostitution around me at all. I told them that although the state of California is trying to legalize it, you cannot legalize it through my body. I've never even had sex. Do you know why? Do you know what the word sex means? It means sex with your ex, and they turned on you, and they cloned, and you're with them as a clone. And that clone is made of snake. And if they enter you, you get contaminated. Don't forget that. And that's what you'll end up like. And they're more than likely try to shoot you in the head like they did myself if you don't cooperate. And all I have to do is put my finger on here and you'll feel it on your head. I'll make sure of it on a physics level. Some flaws though, that when you look at this video, that you'll feel it on the right side of your head. That's where they shot me in the head. And when they shot me in the head, they sewn brainwave technology in. Remember, the movie Frankenstein, he yelled, he's alive, because he used an electronic frequency. And Penny wrote a book about it. The book is called Frequency. It's on a Navy level. And they use your navel, and navel oranges could be illegal if it's attached to a satellite. So please start rectifying the matter today and checking into it so that when I speak to you in public speaking, you can feel good about yourself. And I'm almost at 8 minutes, but I'm going to close with today is November the 3rd. And I'm very happy to be alive, because to be alive in this day and time, it means that I'm doing everything right and that I'm not a criminal mind. And when I worked at Folsom Act Prison as an officer, there was a dark side and a light side. And although I tried to speak to Warden Borg, he became a cyborg, unfortunately. He became the dark side. And he was the warden. And when I went to his office to speak to him, because he called me there to talk about why I was resigning from the Department of Corrections, not as a correctional officer, but as a spokesperson for the Department of Corrections. Why did I do that? Because I wasn't going to recruit and take the lambs to the wolves. I wasn't going to take the people, we the people, to cloning epidemic. They clone with lamb, and they cloned a lamb called Dolly, and that is related to Dolly Parton, and I'm sure she didn't appreciate that. I don't have anything else to say for right now, but this video will be on YouTube in a few minutes. And it's at 8 minutes and 42 seconds.